Hey guys, in this video I will show you some simple lineups which you can use with Gekko on Haven, and we'll start with this post plant lineup with your Moshpit on A. So all you want to do is very simple. You just gotta go into the corner next to this wheelbarrow, stand in the corner right here where it is, just like that, and place your crosshair on this sign, on this little coin that you can see there. Place your crosshair in the middle of it and throw it. And as you can see, it's gonna land on top of this. That way it would get anyone behind the side as well as anyone on spike. With next lineup we will be clearing this short, so that way your teammates can push with safely on side. You wanna go next to these sands, right there, and you wanna be placing the line between your Moshpit and Wingman right on this corner, right here on this corner bar, right there. The left side of this line, as you can see, I will zoom on it, and you just simply throw it. It takes a little bit and it gets there perfectly, as you can see, covering and getting anyone who would be right here on short. Next lineup will get anyone behind the side. Once again, stand in the same spot as you did before, right there, and place your cursor in the middle of this left coin, just right there, and very simply throw your Moshpit. As you can see, it goes over this and lands perfectly behind the side, getting anyone who would be standing there. And this is how you can get yours into the side super easily, by using these three lineups and combine it with your teammates and with some team cooperation as well. Next Moshpit lineup is gonna be right here on B for this left side. So all you have to really do is just at the beginning of the round, or even use it in a post plant, just go into this spot right here, place your crosshair on the right side of this bar, right at the bottom of it, just right there, run forward and throw it, and you wanna also jump, so it's gonna look like this, just like that. It's gonna bounce up perfectly and plant at this spot. That way it would get anyone on the left or anyone even defusing. If you're going garage, you can use this simple lineup. Go into the corner right here, place your crosshair on this corner right there. You wanna jump forward and jump through this lineup, so it would look like this. And as you can see, it would get anyone in heaven, anyone near it, or anyone, so that the enemies could not peek from the left side. Very simple to use, and it can be real effective. Next lineup is gonna be right here on C, and with this one you will be hitting this back side. So all you wanna do is go into the corner right here, and you wanna use your hotline and place it directly at this spot between these three corner pieces. Right there. It doesn't have to be very precise, it doesn't really matter that much where you place it, but still, if you place it anywhere in this area, you can go for it. So place it right there. You wanna run forward, and as soon as you start running, you just throw it. So it should look like this. And as you can see, it's gonna land perfectly in the backside, getting anyone who would be in this corner. Next lineup is gonna be right here for this default plant on C. You wanna go into the corner right here and place the line between your Wingman and Moshpit under this outlet on the wall, just like as I'm doing right now. I will zoom it on you for you, and then you just simply throw it. Super easy to line up since it lands pretty fast, and as you can see, it lands on the smite perfectly and it gets all the way here in the back. Next lineup you can use when you are defending, and it's gonna land directly when the enemies are planting. All you have to do is go into the corner right here, place your crosshair on this wooden plank right there, run forward and throw it. So it's gonna look like this, and as you can see, it lands directly on the spike, and it can either deny plant or even when you post plant situation. If you are taking C, don't forget to use your molotov right here, your Moshpit. Just simply aim between these two planks right here on the walls, right there, run forward and throw it. And as you can see, it will bounce up and land perfectly in the backside, at least damaging or making sure that the enemies will move out of their position. So let's move on to your Wingman when you are attacking. So basically, you can use him either like a boombot, so have that in mind. So you can use him to clear these corners, or just simply have him run all the way here from sewers and, for example, clear it like this. Once again, as if you had a raze with boombot, so it would clear this left side, or if you are more closer, you can always use him like this. So that way it will clear right here in this corner, and it can even turn and maybe even spot anyone behind the side. However, if you have spike, you can always use him to plant. There's plenty of ways to use him to plant. However, it's quite difficult when you are at this elevation, so you have to find that specific spot where you can plant with it, for example like this, so that way he would run all the way here and plant. You can use this when you are jumping as well, so that way it was a bit easier for you to find the perfect spot for you to plant at. However, have in mind that the enemies can destroy him and then the spike would be dropped on the ground. So on A, it's not that great to use unless you are using it with your teammates, maybe with some smokes and flashes. However, if you move on to B, it is super useful. Since you enemies usually don't stay in these corners, they can get cleared, for example, with that Moshpit lineup that I showed you, and then if you just simply use your wingman to plant the spike right here, it's pretty easy to cover him. You can satchel well off the right side, smoke maybe the left, or even smoke both of the sides, and one flash will do the job. And it's easy to clear these corners. And then all you have to do is play for a lineup, for post plant I mean. And if there's 5 of you that are still alive, it's very difficult for enemies to take control of the spike again. So, and you can always choose wherever you want to plant. So maybe even doing it not so far away in that corner, you can do it directly in the middle. But it is known that this spot is the best for the post plant. For example, in Garage, you can once again use him as a Roomba Boombot. Once again, it can clear these close corners, for example, even like this. That way he would bounce off of this wall, clear the left, and go all the way here. And once again, when you're coming out, you can always, for a pretty long distance, you can use them to plant, as you can see, as long as you have the bomb site in your sight. So you can, for example, on C long, even all the way here in the back, you can send him, as you can see, all the way here, or I would usually recommend to send him right there at this spot, which there's only one usual spot where the enemies can kill him. So if you smoke, maybe you do these 3 smokes, it would be pretty easy for it to get into the site and once again to play for the post plant. When you are defending with your wingman, you should have in mind that you can always take him back. So gaining very simple info, for example like this, should work fine. So simply use him like this if you think the enemies are close to you. If they are not, you can even go back. If they will be on C, you can go back and take this wingman with you. So the best way to play with your wingman is usually to either deny the to get info where the enemies are, or you can use them to defuse as well. So I would usually keep him on when I'm defending, unless I know where the specific enemy is. So for example, if I know that someone is right here, I will send my wingman like that, and then he would just simply blind him if he's there and stun him, so I can go for a kill. So you should combine it with the information of the enemies if you have some, or just to clear some corners where you would expect the enemy to be in. Moving on to flash, there's plenty of ways of use your flash. For example, one of simple ones is simply aim above yourself and throw there your flash, and this would blind anyone who would be maybe awping right there, and then you have a free capturing orb back. You can always do stuff like this, since you will always be able to pick the orb back. You can do this on long or even on sewer. However, if you are pushing, you can always try to go for tricky flashes, for example like this one, since as you can see, if it was this high up, it would blind anyone who would be in his sight. So it would be pretty common for enemies to be in these places. And however, if you throw a flash like this and you don't get sight, you are losing the option of ever getting it back. So once again, if you want to go for example on A, you can throw your flash like that, and then you can pick him up back up. So that's one of the ways how you can do this on A. On B, when you are coming through the window, just simply bounce off like this, and it would usually blind the enemies, and you are getting yourself once again in a decently safe position. When pushing in, you can for example simply set him like this, so that way if he flies in, it would blind anyone on the left or the right. And you can combine this flash for example with your wingman. So let's say that you are doing this, and then you just simply send your wingman to plant. Once again on C, just simply use your flash to peek this corner, and you can take it from the other side after that. And when you are pushing in, there's plenty of ways that you can do this. One of the ways would be, for example, this one: aim directly above yourself, jump and throw it, and as you can see, it will go quite high up, and it would blind anyone who'd be in his sight once again at these spots. or you can very simply use it and throw it, for example, like this. Combine it with your wingman who's gonna plant, and then you can, for example, even reclaim the orb back, as you can see. So it's super easy to use these flashes, and if you use it with your teammates, it's gonna be even easier. Defending with Gekko is not so easy, I would say. You can, for example, use this flash that I found out works perfectly fine. You just wanna run forward and throw it against the wall, and as you can see, it will bounce back up to you and you can capture it. In the meantime, it would get you the info if there's anyone on long, so this is one of the ways. This can work even on sewers, for example, just like this, as you can see. So make sure you use this tactic to get yourself these orbs. Another way would be, as I showed you, just aim directly above yourself, and as you can see, it would blind anyone in these spots, and then you can always peek with it. After the kill or after you get back, you can always capture it back. I mean the orb. So, for example, on B, it would work only on this wall and it would be difficult to pull off, I would say. You can always, for example, throw it like this, where it would just simply get onto the other side, and then you just go around the side and take it back. So that's another option how you can do this. And of course in window you can use the same trick as well, and it would blind anyone in here. So I think this is a new way of flashing with this character, since it provides you with the ability to pick it back up. And on C, once again, I would recommend you simply throw it high up, and as you can see, if you are on the corner right here, this is all it sees, and you don't have to even really throw it that high, since this corner can help the enemies to hide before it. So you can just, without jumping, just simply throw it like that and then capture it back. Super easy to do. Lastly, a little info about your ult on Haven. For example, you want to ult on A, you stand in this corner and you want to check, for example, the sewers. You gain the info that no one is here, so you just simply go back with the ult, and you have two options to use the ult. So firstly, you use it and then you capture it back, and this is your second attempt with it. However, this one doesn't give you the ARP. So with the second attempt, you got yourself closer, you've gained the info that no one is here, no one on the left, no one on the right, and now you have the option to use it again. So simply use it again. You can bind anyone who'd be on site or anyone spawn, simply use it, and you can gain a lot of value out of it by simply using it twice. However, there's a 10-minute delay, so have that in mind. So yeah, that's about playing with Gekko on Haven. I hope this video is gonna be helpful for you guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and check out my other videos with lineups on other agents, and see you guys soon. Bye!